So this week's topic is websites that operate as databases. I'm doing this a little early because of my hectic schedule for the upcoming week. So I'm hoping that everyone finds it in good taste and whatnot. I still did the research. Again, these last two subjects have been a little bit more time consuming, which is why I'm glad I went ahead and got it done. Unfortunately, this is take 2 of the first video because I had some technical difficulties with my cat. I do have music playing in the background. I hope it's low enough that it doesn't interrupt the reception of this video and that you can actually hear me clearly. I'm actually going to move the mic a little closer. So I'm going to get started. The first database that I chose, which is, I will start before I get into the websites, the assignment. I chose 2 that are familiar to everyone, 2 websites that are familiar to everyone, and 3 that aren't. So the first one that's very familiar, everybody who knows about Ancestry.com. Ancestry.com just recently has, in the last couple of years, have started doing DNA testing. And prior to that, it was what people used to find their heritage and their lineage. So basically, it tracks through birth records and all these different registrations. So immigration is another one, like people that registered in Ellis Island, just different ways that they use to gather this information to track people's family trees. The problem with it is when, like my mother, who was born in the United States, but she was born in the South, she was born at a time where birth records might not have been registered and properly cared for, right? I couldn't find her in here. So legitimately, my mom is still alive. And she obviously was born, and she could tell me where she was born and who delivered her and everything. But birth certificate wise, we don't know if the doctor really registered everything the way he was supposed to, because she doesn't appear in here. So that's one of the problems. Registration of documents can be an issue if sometimes they're born outside the United States, and how they process things outside the United States may keep someone from being in this database. So that's one of the downsides of Ancestry.com, but I found it to be an amazing site. And so that's my first one. The second one was a website called DocsTeach, and you see me going through it quite quickly. It is part of the National Archives. What I liked about DocsTeach is it said it right here. DocsTeach for teachers, students, and history explorers. So there's lots of documents in here specifically for those things. So you're going to have the Constitution. You're going to have the document that Lincoln did, the Emancipation Proclamation. You're going to have all those documents in there. And there's going to be videos. Like it says right here, it says letters, photographs, speeches, posters, maps, videos, and other document types. Okay. So one subject can have a lot of documents, and that can sometimes be a problem. Also, you have to specifically know what you're looking for. Because if you're too vague, you can get 12 documents to just the one document that you were looking for, and you have to go through all 12. 12 isn't so bad, but what happens if it's 200? So that's one of the downsides. And I'm going to say, and you'll probably hear me say it multiple times, a lot of times these databases that I've found, they're so vast that it's really easy to get more information than what you needed, and you're having to sift through it unless you know specific information about it, about whatever it is you're looking for. DocsTeach, I'm super excited about it because I actually plan on going back to it and checking it out myself. The next one we're very familiar with, which is YouTube. We use YouTube for this class to post our videos. So we know that you can do educational videos and it can teach you how to do things. But one of the reasons why I use YouTube is, like some people, music videos. I love dance, so you'll see a few dance videos on here, and certain choreographers. You'll see my whole... there's other choreographers that I like as well, dance on. So it also has movie segments on there. It's like National Geographic segments. I like those too. So you have a lot of different things. The other thing is you can subscribe to certain how would I say it? Certain channels or certain things that you like. Like, one of the things that I love, believe it or not, The Real Daytime, but my favorite by far, and I don't see any, is not on here. He's pretty funny. Steve Harvey. I love Steve Harvey. Okay. Again, one of the downsides is if you're looking for a specific thing, it's a very vast database. So if you're looking for Steve Harvey, and one of the things I'm looking for was like the lady that was sharing custody of her dog with her ex-boyfriend. If I'm looking specifically for that video, if I don't know the name and the time and the date of that video, I'm not going to find it. I'll be going through hundreds and hundreds of Steve Harvey videos trying to look for that one. So that's just one of the downsides of it. The fourth one is the National Archives. Now, if you paid attention to the first clip that I had done, the National Archives, you will find that Docs Teach is under the National Archive umbrella. So that umbrella is pretty vast. Okay, so it's the umbrella of National Archives, and then you have what you see: records, veteran service records, education resources. There's a lot of different things that go into the National Archives. So you have to be a lot more specific here. One of the examples I'm going to use, it's probably not National Archives at all, but it's just something to think about, because marketing is an umbrella. So if you go to the National Archives, one of the things, let's just say it was marketing, it's marketing, and then I wanted something specific that was public relations, so I have to go to the public relations segment of the marketing. And then from there, if I wanted a public relations issue such as crisis management, okay, which everyone should be familiar with that because it's scandal. She's brought that to the... You have to be almost that specific, and even crisis management can be vague because you can get 200 documents there. So you almost have to be specific of what type of crisis management underneath PR. And that's one of the things that I think would be the downfall of National Archives. However, it is a great resource. Again, I'm more interested in Docs Teach right now, but National Archives is also a great way to start if you have any questions about anything that could be archived: books, magazines, video, anything that was taped. You know, like right here you see Kennedy with the JFK children visit the Oval Office right there. It says October 1962. Wow. So there you go. Things like that. Okay. My last one is the collection of computer science bibliographies. I totally, I'm a novice to computer science. I don't even know if it's still a specific degree. I remember back in the late 90s, early 2000s, computer science was a specific degree. But this here, what I found to be so interesting is it's updated weekly, which I can see why. But it has everything, you know. Again, this shows that you have to know specifically the publication. One of the things that I found on the website says about the collection: scientific literature of computer science from various sources covering aspects of computer science. Yowzers. Again, a great resource if you are a computer science individual. But if you're somebody like me that's a novice to it, you better know what you're looking for, else you're going to be in here for a while. But I even like that it has statistics and everything. So that's my database assignment. I really look forward to you guys' comments. I hope everyone's had an amazing week. Today is Memorial Day, and I hope that this very short week has been amazing. All right? Thanks, everyone. Have a great week.